Good morning, everybody. Well, look at the driveway. You remember all the mud and everything? Well, I was shocked. I didn't have to sand it all this morning. So, this whole driveway, after I made that video, a couple hours later, kept raining. This whole thing was flooded, like 3 times as much water in here. This whole thing was all like a river here. And all we got is just a little bit of ice left now. The big van was used yesterday by my wife, and the buttons are all frozen in, so I got to spray some isopropyl alcohol in here. So it's frozen solid. The water that was here is gone, of course. And I had to park, you can see where the tire track is. I never had to park this far up, but it was the only way without possibly getting frozen in. Coming in the backyard, yeah, we got the sun coming in the lens, so there isn't much I can do about that, of course, but what a difference that day makes. I didn't have to sand the deck or anything. Everything dried out, even though it was raining well after dark and it was still raining. All this here was flooded yesterday. So maybe I can get out to the shop later. Now, all the years I've lived here, which has been since 1982, never had the brook go over the bank. Thank goodness for that. You can see it's got a long way to go before it ever goes over the bank. I have seen it, but it's been many, many, many years. I have seen it come up as high as where these trees are here, probably right about there. You know, that was many, many years ago. We still got, you still got quite a ways to go up. John from Arkansas said that I should put a couple of platoons, I guess you call them, underneath my shed, and so I can pull underneath my electronic shop. Well, John, if anybody needs platoons or whatever you call them things under your shed, it's you, John. You remember that flood that you had there? It's going to happen again. It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. So I think you better think about doing something to your place there, because it's going to happen again. Here, it's got quite a ways to go before it ever got that high. And if it ever went that high, you can see where our mobile home is. It's down lower. So if it ever got that high, we would be having water in the house. And we would be SOL, you know what that stands for. And it does not stand for so out of luck either. So as you can see, there's quite a hill down there. Way down, and then it slopes way down to the brook. So we're sitting good, but this yard does get flooded out, as you saw, but it went away fairly quickly. So now let me pop the hood on the minivan and to give you just tell you a little bit about what they had to do here. Now, he was working on this in the garage, but not on the lift, because the lift was occupied. They have 2 bays, but only one has the lift, so there was a vehicle on the lift already. So he had the right front wheel off, and he was laying on his back, and he was working up underneath trying to get the belt in. Okay, this is the idler pulley that he replaced that I had mentioned. Now, what he had done is he had all this off. His air cleaner, everything completely off, so he can work in there. There's one of my mice poison things. I haven't had any mice problems so far this year. So I started it up this morning, and it was, it was below freezing, and there was no noise, but it was probably, I don't even know what the temperature was. It might have been 25 degrees or so. I really didn't check the thermometer, but if it gets much below that, then it gets louder and louder, so I'm hoping that's not it. If it is still making noise, I'll live with it, that's it. There's no way that I can afford to have that done right now. And you got the air conditioner line here right there too, so you gotta, you know, be careful working in there without breaking that open. But there's virtually no room. Here's the body or frame or whatever, and there's only not even 2 inches between that idler pulley and that. So that's an SOB to work on of this particular type of vehicle. So that's the story there. So far, so good. It's quiet, but it hasn't been super cold yet. So, as you can see, the driveway is just fine. And on the passenger side here, okay, this one's free, but I got the door locked in it anyways. Well, the propane gas, it's hard for me to see that, 40, 50, I don't know, around 50%, a needle's facing this way. So, what the heck? Where did this thing come from? Looks like some kind of a bee's nest. There's nothing I shoveled or anything. That just fell down. I don't know. Did they build them things up in the trees? That's weird. Well, whatever it is, it's frozen and dead now. If there's anything in there. Alright, I'll just give you this little video here just to show you what a difference a day makes. Okay, that's all folks. Keep warm.